August 25th. Happy birthday, Patrick F. McManus. Today, we'd like you to meet an old friend, which is a strange thing to say in a way. Patrick McManus died in 2018, and most of the millions of people who read his stories never met him, but we miss him anyway. McManus was born on this date in 1933 and grew up poor in northern Idaho during the Great Depression. His father died when Pat was young. His mother struggled to keep the family going. Hunting and fishing weren't quaint outdoor hobbies. They put food on the table. It doesn't sound like the beginning of a comedy. But then you haven't met Rancid Crabtree yet. Rancid is an old woodsman, family friend, and young Pat's mentor in such essential outdoor skills as fishing, hunting, wilderness survival, avoiding work, avoiding baths. There's Pat's childhood friend, Crazy Eddie Muldoon, whose inventions tend to crash or explode. There's Pat's older sister, the troll, who knows terrifying troll magic, and a whole population of friends, relatives, fishing partners, hunting companions, professors, children, neighbors, dogs, wildlife, and innocent bystanders who had the misfortune to wander into a Patrick McManus story. For decades, McManus wrote humor for magazines, including Field and Stream and Outdoor Life. But calling these stories outdoor humor doesn't quite explain them, because after you've read enough McManus, something peculiar happens. You start remembering things you never did. You remember growing up in Depression-era Idaho. You remember fishing with Rancid Crabtree. You remember adventures with Crazy Eddie. You remember mountaintops and river valleys you've never visited. You remember disastrous camping trips you somehow escaped with your life. And you remember friendships. Friendships in McManus's world can defy the usual definitions of friendship. Your friends play practical jokes on you. They trick you into doing the crummy jobs. Your humiliation provides them with entertainment for years. If something terrible happens to you, they'll probably help. Eventually, after they stop laughing. And somehow, they're brothers. Nobody has to explain it. When the truck leaves for the mountains, you're in it. And that's the world McManus preserved. He once described the old northern Idaho way of life as something that might seem to modern readers crude and harsh and uncivilized. But he explained, in reality, it was, well, crude and harsh and uncivilized. Pat McManus takes you through childhood, then college, marriage, new parenthood, middle age, old age, across Idaho mountains and unmapped valleys, and sometimes much farther from home. And all along the way, things go wrong, beautifully wrong, because life is not merely something that happens to us. It is our story. A hard childhood can also give you Rancid Crabtree. An embarrassing disaster can become the story everybody begs you to tell again. An old friend can become funnier with every retelling. An ordinary life, looked at closely enough, might have been, all along, an adventure. Patrick F. McManus died in 2018. But here's the wonderful thing about storytellers. They can leave without entirely going away. Open one of those books today, and Rancid still hasn't taken a bath. Crazy Eddie is probably planning something inadvisable. Somebody is about to discover that a simple fishing trip is one mishap away from catastrophe. And Pat is there. Pull up a chair, pour the coffee. He has a story to tell you. And if you'd like to meet him, we've left a little Patrick McManus Get Started kit at the end and in the video description, because the greatest gift of a storyteller isn't making audiences laugh. It's turning strangers into companions. Patrick McManus took millions of people on adventures they would never otherwise have had. And we're still going. Happy birthday, Patrick F. McManus.